hypertension, or it is commonly known as high blood pressure. But here's the twist. We're not going to discuss about the symptoms or the causes, but we're exploring how homemade Ayurvedic treatments can help manage this lifestyle condition effectively. Joining us today, we have a very special guest, Dr. Priya Bari, the Assistant Professor from the Department of Rasashastra and Bhaishajya Kalpana, IA Ayurvedic Medical College. Dr. Bari, she's here to guide us through the various wisdom of Ayurveda and also to show us some practical, medical, and solutions for hypertension. Dr. Bari, welcome to the show. We're very lucky to have you here.
Thank you, Ava.
So to begin with, can you please let us know what is hypertension?
See, hypertension, or which is commonly known as blood pressure, increased blood pressure, is a condition where there is persistent raised blood pressure in the arteries. So there could be many reasons for the cause or why the hypertension is developed in a person. Also, there will be many categorization of hypertension according to stages. So as we understand that hypertension can be linked with the measurement of BP, which will be around 140 to 90 mm of Hg or even more. So such condition can be put under the category of hypertension.
Alright, let's jump into the second question.
Yeah.
How does Ayurveda approach lifestyle disorders like hypertension differently compared to modern medicine?
So as in Ayurveda, we'll consider body as a whole, and when we talk about any particular disease, we will mainly focus on the doshas, the dhatu, the mala and agni, so the basic components of the body. Now here when we talk about hypertension in general, hypertension cannot be put under a specific category of a disease in Ayurveda. But the symptoms which is manifested, or the symptoms what we can observe in a person, that will be directly linked with the dominance of doshas, and those doshas are vata, pitta and kapha. And in hypertension particularly, all the three doshas are involved. Now for understanding what is the effect of doshas or what would be the potential risk factors, we have to understand that what is the effect of particular dosha in the working of the heart or maintaining the normal blood pressure. Okay. So if I speak one by one, then vata dosha is related with the normal pulsation or to maintain the rhythmic movement of heart. And among the 5 types of vata, the Vyan vata is responsible for circulation of blood throughout the body. And another type of vata, that is the Prana vata, which resides in the brain and basically concerned with the neural or the impulse generation. So that is also required to maintain the pulse, to maintain the rhythm of the heart. So that would be the function of vata. And when we talk about the other doshas, pitta dosha. Now by the nature, pitta has a nature of flow. It has fluidity. So it can flow and it can disperse. That also plays an important role, like how the blood is flowing. And when we talk about kapha dosha, kapha again maintains the integrity of the organ. So even if the heart is in relaxed condition, as we know that it will contract and relax. So even in the condition of relaxation, the heart should maintain its shape. The blood vessel should maintain their shape and stability. Now that is done by kapha dosha. So this is the understanding how doshas have their effect and how the working of normal heart rhythm or the blood pressure is there in the body.
Alright.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I think that was a very new thing for all the viewers and for me myself as well. So thank you. And we'll jump into the third question. What are the main causes of high blood pressure according to Ayurvedic principles?
See, there would be many risk factors, but as I previously told, that involvement of doshas. When we talk about the contraction and relaxation, we only know that the heart is beating, but behind we have to understand that a lot of work is going on. And if that work is not properly done, again any abnormalities can be found out. Now, the risk factors mainly we can divide as your lifestyle or your diet pattern, and another could be genetic. So, not moving much into the genetic and hereditary, what we can focus is with the lifestyle modalities. Now, if we are taking diet which is particularly or has a direct effect on vitiation of dosha or has an effect which disturbs the dosha. Now, I'll give some examples. Suppose if a person is accustomed of having ati amla, lavan or katu, that means excessive of pungent, excessive salt or excessive sour. So, incorporating all those things in your diet on a daily basis will vitiate your pitta dosha. And as I told, that pitta has a natural tendency of flow. So, unnecessary increasing all this quality of pitta will increase the cardiac output, thereby increasing the blood pressure. And then if a person is too much indulging into fried food or food which is rich in fatty acid, so that will again vitiate the kapha dosha, and then it could lead to the atherosclerotic changes. That is another cause for increased blood pressure. So these are the few risk factors that we can avoid, and these are preventable causes. So diet can be easily managed. So maintaining a healthy diet can prevent the potential risk of hypertension in patients.
Alright, now we'll go to the fourth question. Are there any specific herbs or home remedies in Ayurveda known to help reduce high blood pressure naturally?
So Ayurveda, when we see since time or olden days, there is a practice of many herbs regarding many of the disease conditions. So many things we use for hypertension as well, and one of which particularly that we'll discuss in this segment will be Arjun. Arjun is a very known drug that which can reduce the blood pressure. Elevated blood pressure can be very well reduced with Arjun. And Arjun is a tree. It's a big tree, and the bark of it is a useful part. So whenever we use Arjun in any of the preparation, the bark of it is used. And later on, when we see in the further segment that how we can incorporate that Arjun bark in which way, so that it can be easy for the patient to take it and it can have that potential effect.
Alright, the fifth one. How safe is it to rely on homemade Ayurvedic remedies for managing hypertension? So are there any precautions that we'll have to follow?
Yeah, precautions is always there. For everything, precaution is there. And Ayurveda, not just for hypertension, but for a lot of lifestyle disorders and for chronic condition, it has proven that it is quite effective. Now, when we talk about hypertension, first of all, you have to understand that hypertension is not particularly a disease, but it has manifested due to some underlying causes, some cause which led to hypertension. And then if hypertension is left untreated, again it will form a cause for any other disease. So you can use many herbal medicine for many of the diseases. Usually for the chronic condition, the Ayurvedic medicine have proven quite effective, and for longer term you can use it. And when we speak about hypertension, hypertension could be due to many of the causes. So few risk factors are well aware. But we have to understand that it is not a disease. It has taken its origin and developed as a symptom of something, and the cause will again be another cause for a new disease. That means some systemic illness or systemic diseases. So many times it happens that it is a main responsible factor for the cardiac morbidity and mortality. So that also has to be taken care. So once if we take any medicine for hypertension, we should know that what would be the cause which led to hypertension at first. So for that you have to consult an Ayurvedic practitioner. So they should guide you what would be the cause so that you developed hypertension at first. And then what could be the measures that could be taken. As I mentioned that if we take Arjun, then at what quantity we have to take. So a prescribed dosage is there. In which way we have to take. So a procedure is there. how you have to prepare it, how you have to take it, at what time you have to take it. So all these would come as a precaution for a medicine. And then again, you have to be cautious that you are taking it at a proper time and following your diet as well. So alone medicine cannot do anything. You have to follow the diet. If you are indulging, or if a patient is indulging into excessive of the food items which later on impair the health, that has to be completely avoided. Then you can rely on Ayurvedic medicine for sure.
Right. The next question is quite an interesting one. Can these remedies be used alongside modern allopathic medicines, or should they be used separately?
So about hypertension, as there are many causes, now cause could be anything. What is the pathology and why hypertension developed? So regarding that, particular treatment or particular group of medicines are given. Those medicine could be anything. It could be ACE inhibitors, or it could be calcium channel blockers, or simply diuretics. Now we have to understand in which medicine the patient is following. Now when we come to Ayurvedic treatment, we need to ask this, or we need to inquire whether a patient is taking any allopathic medicine together. If taking, which kind of medicine? So when the medicine is of such type, such as ACE inhibitor, which will basically dilate the blood vessel, or if they are diuretics, there is no problem at all if you take particularly Arjun with all your allopathic medicine. No problem at all. But in certain cases, if a patient has some cardiac pathology, suppose, and if a patient has been prescribed with blood thinners, which is also a usual treatment given to people, so such kind of medicine is not to be given along with Arjun, because again through various research it is proven that Arjun has anticoagulant property. Again, it will anticoagulate the blood, and blood thinners also work the same way. So in that condition, it's better to avoid Arjun. Rest all, it is fine and it is good, but it should be taken under proper dose in a prescribed manner.
Alright, moving forward. What is the role of Rasashastra and Bhaishajya Kalpana in formulating such treatments at home?
Basically, the department of Rasashastra and Bhaishajya Kalpana deals with the proper preparation of all the medicines. So whatever medicines that's available in the market or whatever is manufactured comes under this department. What we do is, we cannot speak about preparation of medicine, but we have to give importance how it is prepared. Now we say that all the Ayurvedic medicines are crafted. So it has to be crafted or formulated in such a way that if we are putting two things together in a medicine, or two or more things together, everything should complement each other based on the property. So it should definitely enhance one or the other property of each other. What happens is, people are not aware of this. They know a drug. If the example is taken as Arjun, so people are aware that Arjun is potent enough to lower the raised blood pressure. But what they do, they will boil it and they take it. So in the form of decoction, or also known as kadha. So in that form it is taken. What happens is, the natural property of Arjun, that is not known to people. Very common, it happens that as Arjun has ruksha guna, that is, it's very drying in nature, it dries up and it is cooling in nature. So in such condition, if such kind of property is taken just mixing with water, it will definitely affect the health. Again, blood pressure, that kind of quality we do not need to lower the blood pressure. Vata dosha is already aggravated in an area, and Vata also has a property of ruksha, shita. So we do not want to add that same quality, and then we cannot expect that any reduction should be there. So what we can do is, in this segment we learn that how we can incorporate Arjun in a better way, and that better way is the preparation of sheer pak, that is processing it with milk. What milk will do, milk does not have any ruksha property. It is nourishing and it will counteract the excessive dryness effect of Arjun. It will cool down the body as well. So such kind of preparation have to be formulated that if they are enhancing each other's property or else counteracting the ill effect which we do not require in a particular thing. So in this we'll see later on that how Shira Paka is better when compared to Arjun Kashaya. So knowledge of Rasashastra and Bhaishajya Kalpana gives you this awareness, and that is what we need. If we are using a thing, we have to use it properly. Correct use of medicine will only give you the result. Otherwise, it's of no use. The drug is same, the disease is same, but there is no effect. The problem happens because it is not properly prepared.
Alright, thank you so much. I think that was really important to understand how the procedure goes on and the composition and everything. So I think you made it a very clear point for the viewers as well. Okay, we'll move on to the second segment. It is the rapid fire round. Okay. So you can answer it in a word or you can answer it in a sentence.
Alright.
So we'll jump on with the first question. One Ayurvedic herb that we should always keep at home.
Okay, so one which I keep to myself, that's not just one herb, but it's a combination of 3 herbs. That's Triphala Churna, and I recommend that a lot of people should start using it and should start to keep it at their home.
Alright, second, morning or evening, when is the best time to take herbal medicine?
See, medicine is always disease specific. So we cannot say that particularly you have to take all in morning or all in evening. Whatever is the disease, concerning to that particular disease, the medicine time is decided. That again is decided based on the dosha. So whichever dosha is getting impacted there. So along with that, we'll decide if a person should take in the morning, evening, afternoon, before food, after food. Everything is disease basis.
Alright, third, your go-to Ayurvedic mantra for help.
Okay. The only thing which I try to follow every day on everyday basis is that you have to consider your food as your biggest medicine. And this is also told in Ayurveda that ahar or food is considered as mahabheshajya. That is your biggest medicine. So if your diet is proper, if it is balanced and if it is healthy, then you do not need any medicine at all. So you can control your health and you can maintain a healthy lifestyle through food.
Alright, next, one myth about hypertension that you want to bust right now.
There are many myths around hypertension. People will directly correlate hypertension to salt. So they think that we should cut off salt and the hypertension will go away. So that is not correct. What I mentioned earlier is excessive. So the knowledge of excessive is important. You have to take salt, do not consume it excessive in quantity. So some people will just completely reduce the use of salt. So that will again cause any other problem because salt is necessary. And one more thing is that people think that it cannot be prevented, but hypertension can be prevented through your lifestyle management.
Alright. We'll move on to the last question from the rapid fire round. So can you please tell us boiled water or raw water? Which is better according to Ayurveda?
According to Ayurveda, importance of water is given to all sorts of water, be it river water or well water. In this, if raw water is considered, we have to take water which is at room temperature, and that room temperature water is fit for all the purposes, even if healthy or even with the disease. But when it comes with boiled water, certain precautions have to be taken care of. You are not supposed to take boiled water in the condition of digestive issues such as gastritis or acidity or any sort of inflammation in the body. And then boiled water can be taken in respiratory issues of cough, cold. So that is another thing. So it has some criteria that you have to follow. But when you see about raw water or normal room temperature water, can be taken anywhere else.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bari, for giving us such wonderful answers and for making us understand the meaning and the causes behind hypertension, and also for giving us answers with the precautions and with specific answers that we needed. So thank you so much. We're very lucky to have you here today.
Yeah, it's my pleasure that I was able to tell a few points regarding this common thing which people should be aware of.
All right. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, Dr. Bari will take us through a live demonstration on how to make a simple home remedy that will help us manage hypertension. So, let's get back to it.
So we'll start with the procedure. Here, in this procedure, we'll follow 3 steps. First would be identification of all the drugs. So we have all the ingredients with us. Now, we have arjun as our main ingredient, and we will follow a specific ratio. So simply we cannot add water and milk, but we have to follow a specific proportion. Now all the proportion will be based according to drug. If we take 1 part of arjun, we have to take 8 parts of milk and 32 parts of water. Now here I have 5 grams of arjun. According to the ratio, for 5 gram of arjun, I'll have to take 40 ml, nearly 40 ml of milk, and milk is not raw. It has to be boiled, cooled down, and then we have to take it. So 40 ml of milk, and then we have around 160 ml of water. So what are we going to do next is, we'll start with the procedure. We'll mix milk, water, and then we'll add our drug. And the very important thing that we need to take care is, while boiling, how much we need to boil it. So we have to start boiling in medium flame, and we have to reduce our shirapaka until the amount of milk is remaining. So we have taken 40 ml. So 40 ml of milk should remain. We'll just stir it a little bit and we'll let it boil.
So, Dr. Priya,
Yes.
I was very curious about one thing.
Yeah.
Normal people would have used just water, but why do we need to put milk as
Yeah, that is a good thing, that particularly why such kind of preparation. As arjun is already a known drug, people often boil it and drink it. But the thing is, the property of arjun. The property of arjun is ruksha and kashaya. And we do not require that particular quality to lower the blood pressure. To counteract that ruksha and kashaya nature of arjun, we are using this milk. Because milk is not ruksha, so it helps with enhancing the properties of arjun by counteracting the properties which we do not require from arjun. And now the preparation is almost done.
Yeah.
And as you can see here, that there is change of color of milk, because arjun bark is reddish in color, so that color is imparted in this. So we'll quickly filter it out. Yes,
Right.
so our sheet pack is ready now, and it can be taken by the patient, and it is very good in management of hypertension.
So, the dosage is...
Yeah, the dosage will be in this particular preparation,
Okay.
as we have taken 40 ml of milk,
Alright.
and we wanted to reduce till the milk remains.
Okay.
So the dose will be 20 to 30 ml,
Okay.
and as it is 40 ml, can be taken into divided dose. But you
Right.
have to take it once in a day, preferably early morning before breakfast, or else it can be taken after breakfast, but not later in the day.
Alright. Thank you so much.
Thank you.